Hello everyone, and thanks for watching, thanks for tuning in. I'm probably going to be doing more Thursday casts now that my Wednesdays are completely booked taking care of my family. So Wednesday casts have now moved to Thursdays for anyone keeping track or wanting to know when they can catch my streams. That will be the case. Anyways, this game here is going to be Romantic versus Th000, taking place on Amazonia. Romantic spawning as the blue human player on the top right hand side of the map. Meanwhile, Th000 choosing Undead, spawning on the bottom left. Human versus Undead once more. Crypt, Altar of Darkness, Ziggurat currently coming into play. No big surprises here, or at least none that I see, as we're looking at the armies just getting set up during the early stages. Once again, I gotta thank everyone for 2018. A good year for WarCraft 3 overall. I think I got a good number of views towards the end, and well, all of those views just essentially pay for my internet, pay for coverage, and allow me to say that my hobby brings in a little bit of joy around the world and a little bit of funding as well. We are looking at an Archmage going up against a Death Knight in this matchup. I don't believe anyone is going to be surprised, but what I am looking for is how many ghouls we're going to see Th000 go for, and how the players will really want to play this early stage game. Now, Romantic could easily just try to go for a mass creep advantage, get to level 2, perhaps even level 3 before the Death Knight can get to level 2. That is one of the advantages human players have overall. Easy access to creeping, but then sometime around the middle tier part of the game, it feels like Undead players, with the help of the Lich and Crypt Fiends, are able to catch up in terms of overall experience, while human starts to stall. Militia now making their way over. Is this Archmage going to perhaps try and focus down to any of those units? Gloves of Haste quickly picked up. We are looking at a rogue about to get taken down, as it takes a lot of damage here. Alright, Archmage has Gloves of Haste. No one really doing any more fighting, as the Acolyte down to 51 hit points. Is it going to end up falling at the hands of the Archmage, or is the Death Knight, who purposely went around the other way, he could try and clear out or put pressure? Now, there is a Scout Tower, no Arcane Tower as of yet. Death Knight going to perhaps go after all of those units, getting in a little bit more damage. There's a Death Coil, and the Militia, oh, beautifully positioned by Romantic, able to stall some of those units, as the Death Knight now could be in trouble. Militia fighting back the other way. There is another Death Coil, and all that really Th000 is trying to do here is cause a bit of disruption and delay this tech to tier 2 by taking out peasants. What he is essentially doing is slowing down the amount of lumber, forcing call to arms, and by forcing call to arms, you force or you delay the tech to tier 2. Death Knight is sitting at 405 hit points. Let's take a look at this Archmage. Is he going to be able to get any more serious damage? There goes another Skeletal Minion. Archmage almost at level 2, but the Death Knight is still doing a good job delaying the level 2 on Romantic's Archmage, which then means less mana overall. Death Knight could try and come across with a big Death Coil. Skeletal Minions now making their way back over again. Where are all of these units trying to make their way off to? As you can see, a little bit of damage being absorbed. Skeletal Minion down to 26 hit points, will be able to get away. One Arcane Tower just instantly melts that unit there, as the Death Knight has to consider its options. 397 hit points on those units there. Death Coils, Crypt Fiend could try and deny it. I don't know if it happened. And Romantic now sitting at level 2, looks like he will be able to carry that level advantage. Back down over here to the bottom left. Necropolis nearly done. I'm sorry, I gotta pause this. Alright, my wife's phone scared the bejeebies out of me as it's left at home. Anyways, let's go ahead back over here. Militia now being called over. Perhaps it's going to be a backup, yep, to try and clear out this expansion location. Death Knight, low on hit points, no easy way to get healed, and because of that, no easy way to get healed, will be forced to try and fight against the computer and absorb damage on the skeletal minions or perhaps on the Crypt Fiends themselves. Death Knight quickly runs across inside with that Lightning Shield. Will be getting a little bit of bonus damage across those units here. Lightning Shield just trying to be positioned in such a way where it is in fact effective. There is another Lightning Shield. He does get the gold. Death Knight picks up a Ring of Protection +2, which does help, and now looks to finish off this last rogue once more. Off to the north, Romantic, looking to build this expansion, not going to have a problem, and also smartly building some towers. Towers very effective at stopping any sort of early harassment, and that just seems to be the case. Human players want to build lots of towers. They are incredibly efficient, or at least were for quite some time. And I believe a lot of players just thought, you know, that it makes for an unexciting game. However, the problem does seem to be now that human players don't have very effective towers, don't have very effective ways of fast expanding, now that militia has been tweaked down just a bit. Humans almost seem to have lost their identity in Warcraft 3 as the go-to race for something. They do everything poorly, it almost feels like, as opposed to doing anything particularly well. Archmage coming back around. Militia should be able to clear out excuse me, not the militia, the skeletal minion should be able to clear out this water elemental, get enough damage, but all that's really happening is Romantic is attempting to buy time. Lich is now out onto the field. We are at Halls of the Dead. Obsidian statue now being trained. No tech to tier 3 though, and that little bit of delay may actually become a problem. Water elemental down to 41 hit points. It actually gets Death Coil down, wanting that bit of experience. Crypt Fiends now make their way over. However, plenty of footmen here to receive the party, as Th000 now gonna try and retreat. Lich, does it bring any gifts? Lich shows up, has a Mantle of Intelligence now, perhaps going to try and go after this Arcane Vault. There is one Arcane Tower off to the north, as the Footmen are now going to try and make its way over. Alright, Death Coil from the Death Knight. Is it going to come in time? Yes, it will. Skeletal Minions are actually getting destroyed. Let's take a look. Frost Nova slowing things up just a bit, as the Crypt Fiends could have turned back around and fired a volley. The Crypt Fiends do have a good bit of range, as the Lich could try and make its way over to land another big Frost Nova. Arcane Vault looks like it could possibly get canceled once more. One Obsidian statue being, well, trying to be pulled back away, now going to be taking a lot more damage, and the Obsidian statue is essentially the weak point in the Undead army. It is unable to be burst healed by the Death Knight, cannot heal itself, and the only regeneration that it really has is Unholy Aura if the Death Knight is at a high enough level. Alright, let's take a look. Archmage, Boots of Speed, now trying to switch back around. Crypt Fiends maybe trying to make their way down. What is going on? The Crypt Fiends trying to dance their way past all of these footmen, as the Death Knight are now, well, going into a proper formation. Death Knight now going after the Archmage. Archmage down to 271 hit points. The Crypt Fiends just easily turned around and is getting a lot of damage, as the Archmage down to 206 hit points has to be careful. It is now trying to flee and retreat, as the Water Elemental tries to dive after this Obsidian statue. Obsidian statue down to 214 hit points. It looks like it will get taken down. We could be looking at perhaps a Frost Nova across multiple units again, as the Archmage has to be extremely careful, as it doesn't want to chase the Obsidian statue to put pressure, only to see that Archmage lose its life as well. That is not an efficient trade whatsoever, as the Crypt Fiends will absorb a bit of damage. Alright, let's take a look. Footman could try and dive back in. Water Elemental going after this Obsidian statue down to 75 hit points. Will it end up surviving? The natural regeneration continuing to give it enough hit points to at least stay alive a little while longer, as the Archmage sits at 196 hit points, pretty much dancing with death. Archmage seeing that 93 hit points here. There's a Frost Nova. Death Coil could be coming across. No, a quick Scroll of Town Portal being used instead, as we are looking at, well, creeping out this one location. Death Knight now going to be heading back. It really should have been sticking around to try and get to level 3. What is it doing? It's going to pick up perhaps some useful items. Picks up an Orb of Corruption, which will most likely get transferred to that Lich. Water Elemental still trying to finish off this one Obsidian statue. Water Elemental will get finished off. There it goes. Level 2 up now on the Lich. Lich gets the Orb of Corruption. And are we going to see perhaps this Obsidian statue transform into a Destroyer? Death Knight getting to level 3 for level 2 Death Coil, and I believe that could be it. All right, let's take a look. Do we have this Black Citadel? Yes, we are getting Destroyer form upgrades. And with that said, the Death Knight will be able to top off all of those units here in just a moment. Meanwhile, triple guard towers with level 1 masonry upgrades, trying to finish off this location. There goes one guard tower. Another guard tower could get taken down. Death Knight, level 3 Death Coil, or level 2 Death Coil doing its job. Meanwhile, at the other end of the map, Archmage with a Clarity Potion and a Scroll of Regeneration, now going into a Tome of Retraining, most likely for Blizzard. Blizzard is can rain down or storm down death and destruction, as the Lich still absorbing far too much damage. Death Knight sitting at 187 mana. Do we have another destroyer? Where are the Obsidian statues? Were they all taken down? I'm not 100% sure, as the Footmen now rushing on inside the space. One destroyer, 2 destroyers are here ready to go. And is the destroyers here going to be enough to cause problems? All right, are we going to see some Devour Magic? There you are. There's the Devour Magic. There goes a Water Elemental. Archmage teleports inside here, as the Acolytes are going to be dancing around back and forth. Let's take a look. Blizzard raining down across multiple Acolytes. Destroyers down to 271 hit points, as the Haunted Goldmine may end up getting taken out. This could be a calculated trade. Footmen are now going to get taken down as well. If the Haunted Goldmine is down, that is going to cause a lot of problems indeed, as the Destroyers are still finishing off Footmen after Footmen. Though doing a great job keeping all of these units alive. Haunted Goldmine will get taken down. Archmage can easily Scroll of Town Portal back out. Acolyte trying to get away, as more and more units could end up falling. This Acolyte low on hit points. Where is it going to go next? Destroyer is going to get taken, or Destroyer is going to deal the necessary damage to make this extremely costly, as the Archmage may get finished off here. Down to 76, down to 66. Scroll of Town Portal used instead. However, I do believe there was a cancellation on the Haunted Goldmine, and, well, Romantic has left the game. Alright, that seemed a little bit premature, as he did do a good amount of damage. He did end up losing his expansion, but with only one hero, perhaps he thought he was in a horrible spot. Yeah, Romantic with the economic advantage. Units killed. Undead had the advantage there. It was a level 4 Death Knight and a level 3 Lich just going up against a level 3 Archmage. And, well, that was the end of that. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.